Hello， 大家好，我是雪薇，欢迎继续收看《钢之崛起》细刻式全剧情流程攻略。好，咱们来前往下一个目的地蒙马特。蒙马特这边就是一个巨大的采石场啊，它连接着巴士地狱。这边刚出来还是有挺多好东西的。从这里下去，先炸掉蜘蛛，快速收掉断弓。左边箱子中可以拿到3级火抗模组，2楼有密块和铸铁。之前为什么比尔要找我们私下谈，就是因为他知道马拉是拉法耶特的死对头，而且他知道一些拉法耶特的秘密，所以说无论是表面多倾向人民的无私君主，他也会为了自己的利益去做一些损害别人的事情。这边2楼尽头可以拿到3个大冰雷，前方还有一个大魂，接着咱们就要上山了。下面的门现在还打不开，等一下开启了进山就方便了。
This mobile walkway leads to the depths of the quarry. I will explore the area and try to find a way to make it work.
蒙马特这边的敌人就要比军容院强多了，点力量升级效力，然后捏掉勇武灵魂，剩下的钱咱们全部用来购买大雷。这些小雷的话，大家就可以全部出售给商店了。前面这种蜘蛛现在2发大雷都不能带走，还需要补枪。现在蜘蛛还会远程锁定攻击，所以一定要秒掉。断弓现在也需要2个大旭透临街横扫才能打掉。上楼拐角就有敌人，先把圆形机给冲倒，炸弹给蜘蛛一套带走。这个蜘蛛现在就是神烦，几乎每个区域都有。这里刚好可以炸到胖哥，赶紧秒掉蜘蛛。3枪将他冰冻，一套带走。 这边非常奇怪啊，高处不能锁定，随便怎么按锁定都是没有用的。这里有2个蜘蛛，优先击杀会上 buff 的。第二只过来炸倒，赶紧连走。这里上去就可以修复电梯了。
That should work.
好，返回中心电梯位置。这个袋子中还有2颗大冰雷，冰雷后面可是很有用的。可以看到远处就是巴士地狱。这边的门现在就可以开启了，之后就不用跑到上面去。好，咱们这次得到的魂就可以用来购买冰雷。前面会遇到小型的钻机断弓，这种敌人需要3下才能冰冻。它的冰冻条会比大型的长，所以可以接一下小旭。这里是2个敌人，咱们先吸引蜘蛛过来。手雷是 AOE， 尽量多炸不浪费。右边木板内有一个宝箱，当然也有一个敌人，破掉直接透灵，一枪带走。3级续航模组可以换掉我们之前所带的2级续航，3级加的血量就非常多了。这里也是要小心迷路啊，矿洞里面还是比较绕的。侧面这边一定要来啊，这里有一个铃响。
This time, it's over for me. The princess was ransacked. I barely escaped from the guards sent to arrest me. I must disappear and hope that things will one day turn to my advantage.
In truth, the timing is excellent. According to my informants, the king is planning a coup de force against the Third Estate. I think it's high time for all of us to go underground with you. Once we're hidden in the catacombs, we can prepare a counter-offensive in peace.
Does the Duke approve of this withdrawal?
No, that fool. He's indecisive as usual. Always busy dreaming about his cousin's crown. But I've prepared the terrain. He will let me do as I please as long as I serve his interests.
这个拉克洛被关在深处的棺椁里了，必须要获取到蒙马特所有的3个铃响，后面才能开启棺椁。这里就可以打掉高处的袋子，顺便拿上远处的铸铁。铸铁啥的一定不要嫌多啊！如果要做奖杯的话，需要升满7种不同类型的武器。如果炼金术胶囊不够的话，直接从商店购买，价格也不贵。后面咱们用胶囊的量也是很大的。这边打过的敌人就不打了。前面会遇到改装过的跳跳虎。现在他们不仅会投技，而且还会远程攻击。远程分2种：中距喷弹、远距离锁定飞弹。2只炸导快速解决掉。现在敌人都不太好对付啊，基本都是远近傍身。好，到达高矿脉，咱们先去最上层。拐角就有敌人，优先蜘蛛，闪避杀炸弹，后灵带走。接下来咱们直接往右跳下。呀，这摔死我了！下落过半时，使用透灵就会重新计算高度，这下应该是按慢了。输出蜘蛛的同时，一定要注意躲避掉工程臂的冲刺。这一层有点麻烦，2个蜘蛛分布在2个角落。优先击杀上 buff 的，他一定是第一目标。接着第2个远程点掉，左闪左避冻结他。前方的光点是小雷，我就不去拿了。这边过来，宝箱中可以拿到催化剂。2楼尸体上可以拿到模组钥匙。这里跳的时候，大家一定要小心啊！贴边跳，这里距离太远，很容易掉落。雷电是这个游戏中最弱的属性异伤，附加的伤害量太低了。先往上走，这边还有一个宝箱，顺便可以开启大门。这里就是我们遇到跳跳虎的位置。带好冰雷，前面有不稳定机器。 一发手雷，一枪即可冻结。冻结后可以接一发小旭，然后大旭破冰。破冰后继续大旭接透灵。手雷炸出第二次冰冻，最后3枪收手。哎呀，卡住了，卡住了！
They barricaded themselves in to escape the enemy. The only way through is the hard way.
Look at them, parading around like peacocks. These scoundrels, rotten to their very core. See how they proudly display their vices and shameful privileges, tirelessly working to drag morality through the mud, trampling love itself.
The Queen is said to have read your liaison before her husband banned it. It's hilarious, isn't it?
I'm not surprised. No matter how hard I worked to denounce their immoral practices, the aristocrats saw my novel as nothing more than a light-hearted bit of fluff. How naive I was to imagine that my pen could slice away the gangrene of their debauchery.
Well, fortunately, you have more than one string to your bow, mon capitaine.
这个血淋淋的大夹克是支线，先不用管它。这个支线与拉法耶特有关。
Monsieur Marat.
Huh? Hey? Who goes there? La diable, je m'attendais. So this is the famous Huntress Diana I've heard so much about. Truly, 'tis an honor, madame. Now let me have a look at you. Oh, oui. You're just as they described. An angel of death, descended from the heavens to vanquish the clockwork tyrant.
Who depicted me this way, monsieur?
Mes compagnons, madame. Chief among them is Monsieur Chaudelot de Leclos. They have observed you dispensing justice all over the city. A most expeditious justice at that, as befits the crimes committed by our good king. What a strange machine you are. Gifted with intelligence, clearly, but also with speech and the freedom to do as you please. Cependant, you are still an automat. Who is your master?
It was on the Queen's orders that I came to Paris.
The poor thing. To what new level of desperation has her husband's madness driven her? Does she finally intend to leave this kingdom, where she should never have set her dainty little feet?
No, monsieur. She means to put an end to her husband's madness.
What, with you? You in what army? That's quite amusing, you must admit.
And you, Monsieur Marat? Who is your master?
I serve not a master, but a cause. That of the Duc d'Orléans. His cousin the king has no place on that throne, and nor does his wretched dynasty. The Bourbons, along with their wars, their crimes, and their vices, are finished. It's high time their scepter be passed to an enlightened, just monarch. One who is sympathetic to the people's sufferings. But now that I think about it, madame, look at us. We've been standing around chatting like old friends for several minutes, and I still don't know to what I owe the pleasure of your visit.
I must go to the Bastille, where Monsieur de Vaucanson is imprisoned.
Oui. Such a sad fate for a king's lackey. And what do you want with your creator? This man whose blood-stained hands built the army that's currently setting Paris ablaze.
What Volcansong has done, only Volcansong can undo.
Fair enough. Alas, while I come and go as I please through these tunnels, it is impossible to enter the fortress.
Impossible, dites-vous?
A sanguinary automat is spreading death and terror in the depths of this quarry. At the cost of their lives, my comrades were able to sabotage the floor of the cave to limit its movements. Nevertheless, it stands between you and the tunnel that leads to the Quartier du Temple, and that's the only way to reach the Bastille.
And yet that's exactly what I intend to do, Monsieur Marat.
À votre guise. I shall not attempt to dissuade you. There is one small thing, though. I had to disable the mobile walkways to protect myself from the automats. But since you managed to come here, I assume you already know a lot about these devices.
Indeed.
Here. This will allow you to reach the lower tunnels.
Thanks to from Monsieur Marat, I will use the mobile walkway to reach the lower levels. Voila. That should have fixed the walkway.
趁电梯下降的时候，我们来升级一下属性。刚好我们来聊一下马拉。他出生在瑞士纳沙泰尔州的一个撒丁移民家庭，他从小就从当中学教师的父亲那儿接受到良好的教育。他学习过拉丁文和希腊文，能说法语、意大利语和西班牙语，并有比较扎实的化学、医学、写作和绘画的功底。他在16岁时离家，开始了漫长的旅行，先后到访法国、英国和苏格兰，并在苏格兰获得了医学学位。而他是我们之前提到过的卢梭的学生，所以说他和比尔就是一个阵营的。他在30岁时搬到巴黎，担任国王2弟阿图瓦伯爵的私人医生。于是他建立了一个实验室，在实验室中用火和电进行一些奇特的实验，但他的工作从未得到皇家科学院的认可，这让他大失所望。
Monsieur Laclos was the Duc d'Orléans' faithful retainer. He was to prepare the way for his takeover, and now he has become one of the king's most bloodthirsty automats. How ironic.
由于马拉对王室大失所望，于是他加入了奥尔良公爵的事业。在加入事业后，他全身心地投入到撰写和印刷谴责王室宣传物仪式中。他将矛头指向著名的公众人物，例如拉法耶特、内克尔、米拉波，揭批这些所谓国家英雄的恶习与腐败。拉法耶特得到来自夏特雷和凡尔赛宫两方面的大力支持，并发誓要让马拉为这些诋毁名誉的攻击付出代价。所以马拉是被迫躲到这采石场中。 们现在需要用到存封的冰枪特殊招式。BOSS 是一个纯种的火属性敌人，直接冰雷快速伏兵，在被攻击之前利用冰枪防御弹开近战攻击。注意弹掉第2次，冰冻后可以直接接4次小续和1次大续。只有纯种的火属性敌人才会有这么长的冰冻条。破冰后再来1发大续接扣零，赶紧往后拉，下半血就会暴走。火焰攻击的范围特别大，利用这个时间直接给他冰冻上。上前4连接大续，最后一套直接可以将他带走，打到他毫无还手之力。
Leclos, you're alive.
Platoon. Ready. Fire! Fire at will! Oh, Senor. We can't stop them. They're upon us. Fixed bayonets. Fixed bayonets!
The fighting has stopped. It's over. Voyez? The Huntress Diana appeared to us. She's the one who saved you.
But the troops... Where are the troops?
You are the only survivor, Leclos.
No. No. We were so close. But those machines... An entire battalion would have been unable to defeat them. We were forced to retreat. Chased into these tunnels by the automats.
It was madness to attempt an attack on the Bastille.
You're wrong. I'm a military man. It was a bold maneuver, but it was a calculated risk. After all, that old fortress is a pile of stones with no buffers, curtain walls, or bastions. As for its garrison, our agents were certain. Only a handful of veterans should have been there. A single charge should have sufficed to disperse them. But the king made other arrangements. He increased the fortress's defenses and placed a swarm of automats at the service of a terrible machine.
Why did you launch this attack?
3 of our companions were held captive in the fortress. Our best agents.
Agents?
Spies, if you prefer. We, the supporters of the Duc d'Orléans, have always worked in the shadows, within the Queen's entourage, in the tribunes of the Estates General, among the patriots in the clubs, amidst the rank and file in the army.
We have had some success, you have to admit.
What machinations have you discovered?
Enough to make Monsieur Marat's ink flow and bring down our rivals. Necker's speculations, Lafayette's dishonorable behavior, Mirabeau's corruption, and many darker secrets.
Tell me about this machine that guards the Bastille.
We were prepared to face an enemy, not an executioner. That thing, half butcher's block, half stocks, was designed to make heads roll.
Who captured you, monsieur?
There was some confusion in the fray, but Cagliostro was in charge. He was the one who ordered me to be shut up in that coffin. Then I was thrown into that awful place where I lost consciousness. After that, everything is a series of blurred visions, with a voice that ordered me to kill, again and again.
I intend to enter the Bastille and free Monsieur de Vaucanson.
For what possible reason, mon Dieu?
She claims that he's the only one who can stop the machines.
Indeed, it's possible. In that case, if you're ready to face the abomination that blocked my path and slaughtered my lieutenants, then don't waste a second. Let's not stay here much longer, Marat. Let's head back to our burrow. There's still some wine left, n'est-ce pas?
More than enough, Leclos. More than enough.
Wonderful. We'll drink to our broken dreams until this finally comes to an end.
Here you are at last. This is where the path to the Bastille begins. And to think, I would have never thought you'd make it this far. Cependant, I would advise you not to rush. The fighting in these tunnels has weakened the structure. If you go in there, I'm afraid you won't be able to turn back. Delors, I have just one bit of advice to give you. Before going any further, make sure you're not leaving behind any unfinished business. Any commitments that you've not fully met. I shall return to my hiding place. In these unsure times, you can never be too careful. Ne croyez-vous pas?
往左是巴士地狱，现在还是不要碰支线，因为有些支线需要进入到巴士地狱才能完成。后面我会提示大家的，并不像马拉说的一定要确保完成所有任务。这边开门就可以回到马车处。